Gosh, took me a while, but here I am. Okay, yo, like I'm a little annoyed because this is my first live, and the screen is not really doing what I wanted to do. Like I don't know why, but oh, that's why. Oh, yes, there we go. Hey, what's up, y'all? You been thinking about me? What's up, girl? Oh, the screen orientation is locked because I don't want to. Okay, this might be a little janky. Just give me a little bit. Give me like 30 seconds because y'all know this is my first YouTube live. Okay, I ain't gonna be able to rotate the screen. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to rotate the screen because it looks better that way, but whatever. Hey y'all, hey, what's up, Fat Girl Squad? How y'all doing tonight? Happy Sunday to everyone. I told y'all we drinking. Like I got a whole bottle of wine I just purchased for this occasion, just for us to sit here on YouTube live and chat. And I gotta tell y'all a little story. You know, but before we get into that, y'all know I gotta check in on with y'all and see how everyone is doing. So happy Sunday. Um, so how is everyone doing? First and foremost, where is everyone from? Because you guys, if you don't know, I live in New York. I live in the Bronx. And I'm just trying to open my bottle of wine so we can get it cracking. So let me give y'all the rules of this live. If you are here in live with me, we talk. Okay? Y'all not about to just look at me while I talk. Y'all talk too. That's the whole point of being on live, so we can interact. So what's up, Jersey in the house, Cali? You from Cali, but you in Vegas, Canada in the house, North Carolina in the house. Cali, what's up, Cali? Yo. Okay, let me see why oh. You gotta have these up first before you try to drill into this. Yo, this is my favorite wine. If you guys can find this, if you like a red wine that's not too sweet but not too bitter, this is it. Can y'all see that? It's called Poppy. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's called Poppy. P-A-P-I. It's a red wine. This is the Cavier Sablon. I haven't tried the Merlot, but I'm pretty sure the Merlot was good. But this one right here is even better. I'm only saying that because it's the only one I tried. And I'm glad you in the Bronx. What part of the Bronx you in? I think I'm gonna start having a little boot camp workout like in the Bronx up at the Fordham. So I want to see who wanna get in on that. Eventually in the summer I'll be at Yankee Stadium. So yes, I'm glad you called me too, Olivia. Mississippi in the house, and Jersey in the house, Miami in the house. Yeah, so real quick, I'm gonna say this before we get into things. If you guys do not know, we have an accountability challenge starting here on YouTube. I'm running it basically here through YouTube, but we'll probably make a Facebook group. We're gonna have some. Basically, this is what it is, and this kind of ties into the story that I have to give y'all tonight. You came to boot camp one or yeah, okay, so yeah, come to the Bronx. If you in the Bronx already, I go up to Fordham some mornings, a couple of mornings a week. I live like a little over a mile from the college, and I run there and I run the stairs. But people have been asking me like to work out with me, and I usually don't do like workouts with people, but you know, I was like, if y'all want to come when I'm there, y'all can come when I'm there, and we'll, you know, you can run the circuit with me, but don't complain if I'm killing y'all, because that might happen. But so we're having an accountability challenge that's starting next Monday. I'm actually starting it for myself tomorrow, and that's why I'm about to drink a lot of wine tonight, because for the next 6 weeks I ain't drinking no wine. I'm also being a lot more structured And that again goes into what I was talking about, the story that I have to tell you guys, because I went to this amazing women's conference yesterday, and there was a prophetess there. And yo, like, she just ran my life to me, and I was just like so shook. My workouts look killer. Yo, and you know what? People keep asking me like why I'm getting surgery. Let me turn my music down just a little bit. So you guys, you do or you do not know that I am getting surgery for. People think like my surgery has like, oh, you getting the surgery because you giving up or you tired of working out. I'm like, y'all don't even realize the surgery is only to help me get over the hump. Like, I'm gonna have to forever say this to people, because there's this misconception because of social media that when you get surgery you don't have to work out anymore, you can eat whatever you want. I've seen so many girls get lipo that thought that, and they look worse now than they did before they got the lipo done. Don't get these surgeries because it's a way out. That includes cosmetic surgery, that includes weight loss surgery. Surgery is only supposed to be a tool, an aid to help you get to another place. Now, we all know there's a lot of bitches on Instagram flexing because they got surgery and they really didn't need it, wanted a augmentation. You know, I ain't gonna say they didn't need it. They wanted to do what they wanted to do for their own body. Who am I to knock somebody else for what they wanted to do to make them feel better or to improve the image that they have or whatever? The only thing that I've ever had a problem with is bitches that lie. Why y'all gotta lie? As much money as y'all spend on getting y'all surgery, why not just tell the truth about it? Cause baby, let me tell y'all, y'all don't know who my doctor is, okay? I'm giving all the referrals, okay? And hopefully he gonna give my ass a kickback. Cause when people be like, how'd you get your ass like that? Oh, Dr. Mignon, yeah, hit him up. Yeah, I did some hip thrusts, but yeah, Dr. Mignon too. He put some fat back there, you know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing to lie about when it comes to my surgery. And I feel like if you're a public figure, you're putting yourself out there in the open for people to see you, and then people want to glorify you and look like you, and you're telling them just to do this 30-day squat challenge at home, and you know a motherfucking truth that that squat challenge ain't what got you that ass, is that you got fat transfer or whatever you did. Why not just say that and let people rock with you genuinely? Because this is my thing. If y'all want to rock with me because I'm getting surgery, that's on you, not me. I'm still getting a bitch. You think just because you want to follow me or you don't rock with my decision and I'm not getting my shit done, bye. 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 But no, so like one of the things I'm getting is I'm getting a breast reduction and lip. Yo, y'all see how big my chesticles are? Like, yo, these are so heavy, and the older I get, the more like for my back, like thankfully I don't have real bad back problems, but they just heavy, and like I just know like my posture isn't what it should be because it's so heavy here. So there's things like that, and then like, you know, the loose skin removal that I'm going to get rid of, that kind of thing. So it's like, you know, the fat transfer was something extra that I decided to get, which ain't really that necessary, but I was like, well, if I'm already on the table, why not do it, you know? So my right now I am a 38 triple D, but I mean that's much improvement because in my highest weight I was yeah, you can hear my back crying. Yeah, my back is, yeah. So but listen, at my highest I was a 48H at my highest weight, which, could you imagine? Yo, so I told my doctor like I want to be like a full C cup, which is still a little big, but compared to what I am now, a 38N, oh God bless your heart, child. Oh, and so it's like I'm prevented from doing a lot of things because my chest is so heavy. And so like people always ask me how I've kept my chest through losing all the weight I've lost. Like, that was not intentional. That was not intentional at all, because a lot of girls, when your breast is fatty tissue, so if you lose your breast, people are like, oh, I had big breasts. They were never yours to have. If you had big breasts, you lost weight and you lost your breasts, they were not yours to have. That's just that. So I've kept mine because I just genetically hold in this area, but they are too big. They're way too big. So yeah, I like the breast reduction is probably like the like for me out of everything that I'm getting done, that's the happiest. Like I that and the loose skin, like the loose skin will come second. I'm actually more happy to get the breast reduction because I am sick of these. And like, I can't, people always ask me, like, why do you always wear dresses? Because it's easier for me to find one piece that fits because the top measurements don't fit the bottom measurements. It's hard for me to get two pieces. So, yeah, that's that. Exactly, Olivia. And that's what, how long, okay, so how long have you guys been rocking with me? I think I've been on the internet since, yo, I don't even know, like 5, 6 years now. It's been a while. And some of y'all can tell me, like, from when I lived in Florida, when I lived in Houston, when I be at home with my family in Ohio. Like, a lot of y'all have seen me through different stages of this journey. Over 2 years, 4 or 5 years, 4 years. Yeah, so the majority of people that I find have been following me for at least like 3 to 4 years. Over 3 years, 4 years. Yeah, it's been a while. And what can y'all say about me? Those who, because y'all have been following me for a while. So what is it that y'all can say about me? If there is one word that you can say about me, what would you say it is? You've been following me since Texas? Yeah, a lot of people have because when I lived in Texas is when I opened my Snapchat. 3.5 years. Yeah, so I mean, y'all guys have seen a lot. Honest, resilient, definitely. Ooh, when they chilled it, blunt. Definitely blunt, strong, definitely. You a newbie? Well, welcome. Welcome, Angeline. I hope I said that right. And you know what, Olivia? You said you started following me to lose weight and gain 15 pounds, but you kept me motivated to keep going. And that's just it. You know, one of the things that I really want people to understand is that, you know, weight is not a linear thing. It's like you go up and down. I mean, even me, because I have I think one of the main things people don't realize, and something that I want to start talking about more, especially after my surgery, is that you, your weight is a lot depends on your hormones. You lost over 90 pounds, then you got pregnant. Yo, after my pregnancy, I don't talk about this a lot, but you guys, I had a pregnancy. I was 17 weeks pregnant. I miscarried, but my body has not been the same. My body has not been the same since I was pregnant. And I used to like, when women who had babies, I didn't really understand why they would be like, oh, I can't get my body back or this and that. I get it. Your body changes. The hormones in your body change when you get pregnant and after pregnancy. I get it. Like your body, some bodies just do not snap back. Some women do, and kudos to them women, but I ain't one of those bitches. Like I didn't even go full term and my body did not snap back. My body was like, no bitch. So how many of y'all have had a baby and you feel that like post pregnancy it's been a lot harder? Yeah, weight loss is hard. I can I'm on board with you with after pregnancy. And this is why what a lot of people don't talk about and what a lot of people don't realize is that hormones play a major effect into how you lose weight. So if your hormones aren't up to par, then you aren't losing weight. Like it's just not happening. And when you get pregnant, you what happens when you get pregnant? Your hormones change. So yeah, that it's like people don't want to realize that, but that's the reality of it. That's the whole reality of it. Your hormones change, your body changes based on how your hormones change, and that in itself is like a downhill battle trying to fight to get back upstream because now your hormones are different. Like your insulin can change, your leptin, your ghrelin, like all the hormones that play into whether you're going to lose weight or not. So some people, like especially with me, somebody in here said they had PCOS. Who was that? I have a hormonal imbalance called PCOS. It affects my insulin, definitely affects my ghrelin, and it's not impossible, but I have to fight very hard to keep weight off. And people be like, well, why you always bouncing up and down in weight? Okay, listen, the victory is this. I used to be almost 300 pounds and I'm not anymore. That's the big victory. Now, when you lose weight, that doesn't mean that you're absolutely resolved of anything, whether it be gaining weight back or whatever. But when you have been overweight, especially when you've been like in the obese 1, 2, or morbidly obese category, um, you are forever going to have to fight harder to keep it off. And it's been 8 years, and 8 years seems like a long time. But when you think about it, I have been, overweight starting, like my issue started like from when I was 5. I started gaining weight and just consistently and having issues with my eating and things like that. So over 20 years versus 8 years, like it's not been enough time. You see bodybuilders and stuff, and they've been working out, and people like, y'all not done yet. They've been in the gym 20 years working on themselves, and they're still not done. Like, it takes a long time, and we have been conditioned to believe that there's this quick fix. Like, there's this really quick fix when it comes to losing weight and keeping it off. First and foremost, to everybody in here, I really need y'all to know there is no set amount of time in which you're supposed to be losing weight. Whether it be a couple months, a couple years, whatever. There is no time limit on that. Also, we have been conditioned to believe that's supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be fast, you're not supposed to struggle, you're not supposed to be hungry, you're not supposed to get demotivated. All of those things happen. So when you look at it in that unrealistic aspect, it does make it a lot harder. It makes it a lot harder because you have this notion that it's supposed to be like this, and it's not really supposed to be like that. But that's how social media and that's how mainstream marketing has made it. You're not, and you think about it, if you sell weight loss products, listen, if you sell whatever weight loss products or weight loss program, you're not going to make money telling people that it's slow. You're going to make money telling people that it's quick, fast, instant, easy, no diet, no workout. All the things that people want to hear because they're trying to skip the struggle. You cannot skip the struggle when it comes to losing weight, especially if you want it to be for a lifetime result. It's going to be struggle. It's going to be hard. It's going to take time. You're going to go up and down because your weight is going to fluctuate, and that's just that. But y'all got to get out of the mindset that it's supposed to be easy. You're not supposed to struggle. That if you're hungry while dieting, yes, you're hungry. Of course you're hungry. You're dieting, And you got to get out of the diet mindset to think that you're always supposed to be on a diet. Your body is supposed to take breaks from dieting, especially if you're in extreme deprivation. You shouldn't be dieting into perpetuity. You shouldn't be trying to lose weight into perpetuity. If you do it in stages and you make it realistic and you make it a lifetime process, it's so much easier than just trying to all of a sudden now, everything, I want it all right now. I just had to get that out. So let me scroll up real quick because I want to read y'all comments. You learned you had, so Laquilla said she learned she had PCOS while following me. And so how has your weight loss, been since, did you find that you had PCOS because you were struggling to lose weight, or you having a hard time with that? And I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me read these comments first. Pregnancy after weight loss is hard. Weight loss after pregnancy is definitely hard. Your daughter is 2. And you're like, come on, man, let me drop these 15 pounds. I feel you, Olivia. And get on. I want to be a full C cup. Again, that's still kind of big, but compared to being a triple D, that is small. And I'm going to have them lifted? What? Ah! Yo, I cannot wait for that shit. Like, seriously. She said, so Kamisha said after losing 40 pounds, her breasts look like baseball bats. And I'm so mad at you for that. Yo, I'm getting a breast lift and shit. But look, listen, let them titties hang. Let them titties hang, bitch. Let them titties hang. If you're not gonna get work done, let them titties hang, bitch, and be proud. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you why. Cause a man still gonna fuck with you regardless. It's us women that put all of these unrealistic expectation on us about how we should look. Listen, these men gonna fuck with you regardless. If they really feeling you, if they really into you, they not worried about no little belly pouch. They not worried about these titties hanging. Look, men look at things differently. It's us women that be so critical on ourselves. If he's truly into you, he ain't worried about that. And while and get you like like Steve said, get you a good bra in the meantime. And yes, it does take time to lose weight. Definitely have to trust the process. Yeah, somebody said, Siobhan said, I'm only 5 feet tall, and I don't think that people realize that I'm only 5 feet tall, but yeah, I am. You just gonna lift? So let me talk about this real quick. PCOS is a hormonal imbalance that I have been dealing with for Lord knows how long. And like I said, when it comes to losing weight, your hormones play a bigger effect in that than what people realize. And for me, like with PCOS, there was a point in time, it was so bad, I wasn't having regular cycles. Like, could you imagine not menstruating for 4 years? That was me. For a 4-year period, in the 4 years, I think I probably had like 5 or 6 menstruations in a 4-year period. That's crazy, guys. That's not normal. And so, like, I did have a lot of trouble with weight because of my PCOS. And then just, having bad habits, not eating properly, not being active. I'm not going to say that the PCOS was the only thing, but when I started to lose weight, it really played a hindrance on me. And I don't know if, like, my miscarriage was due to that, but, things happen. Kind of glad. I mean, not to, like, I hate saying this publicly, but it's true. I'm kind of glad I had a miscarriage because I didn't want that baby daddy. Lord knew I didn't want that baby daddy. He wasn't the best guy for me. 3 years of bullshit. She said thank you, Olivia. She said my breasts down to my belly button. My man still loved them. And yes, Kelly, that explains it perfectly. If a man is critical of your body, that's an issue with him. Like, I feel like you should always strive to be and look better. But what I say is that if a man is so critical of your body, that's more of an issue with him. Like, like I said, there's a guy that we're not dating, like, we've been friends for a few years, but I've never had a guy be so positive to me about how I look and make me feel good about how I look and not worry about, like, he understands my backstory and, the weight loss thing and how I struggle, and he did none of that shit. He don't care about none of that shit. He likes me. He likes my body regardless, and he makes me feel good. And he doesn't, like, some women feel like they gotta hide and keep the lights low and all that shit. Like, I never feel like I gotta, like, be hiding my body around him because he doesn't make me feel insecure. But I've definitely been with men who have made me feel insecure about my body, but they were still fucking me. So I mean, yeah. So let me get into what I came to talk to y'all about today. So let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all in church, grew up in church, have a church background? Because for me personally, I did. I grew up in church. I'm a preacher's kid. I grew up in Pentecostal church. It was very strict. I was in church all the time. I mean, all the time. Wait a minute, you said your man makes you take your wig off in the middle of sex. Let me tell you, my homeboy, the same guy that I was just telling you about, we talk about that all the time. He loves that my hair is locked. He loves my natural hair. Like, like, we have conversations about women and their insecurity when it comes to, I feel like a woman's hair is kind of like, it's like your beauty. Like a lot of women equate what their hair looks like to how beautiful they are, so that's why a lot of women won't want to lock their hair. Cause y'all, if how many of y'all was following me when I first locked my hair, and how I was just like, yo, I'm not with this shit. Like, I was not with this shit. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, I don't know what the fuck my hair was doing. Like, it was like, it was wild. People was like, Ty, like, when the last time you combed your hair? Because not everybody knew what I was locking my hair up. My shit looked crazy. My shit looked crazy for at least a year. And I was covering up with a wig, probably like months in. I was like, you know what, fuck this wig. If I say I want to lock my hair, I'm gonna lock my hair, and I'm gonna rock out with it. And I did, and look at my hair now. It's a year and a half in, and when I started this process, like, I would have never known that they would look this good. Like, I absolutely love my locks now, but baby, there was a time where I was sketchy. Because I don't know if y'all remember, I was like, yo, in 6 months, if I'm not feeling this shit, I'm taking it out. Yeah, I wasn't feeling very attractive. Exactly, I did not feel attractive at all. I did not feel attractive at all. Like, I felt very insecure. And that's the one thing about the locking process. The people like that actually go through the process and do it naturally from the start. Yo, it is such a journey, because it's like you go through all of these emotions, having to look at yourself every day, and your hair is fucked up. And your hair is like a greeting to other people. Yeah, definitely an ugly phase. And I thought the ugly phase was because they were short. Like when people talked about the ugly stage in locks, I was like, I thought they were saying that because their hair was short. It's not because they be short. It's because they literally do what the fuck they want to do. And you can't comb it. You can't tame it. My shit was like here and here, like all the time. And I'm like, lay down. It's like, nope, I'm here. I'm here with it. Like my... Yo, my shit was crazy all the time. And I was just like, I looked like such a frizzy mess. All the time was just frizzy and unruly. And it was nothing I can do about it. But when you trust the process, look, look what's happening now. But it wouldn't have been, if I would have given up 6 months in. Because, like, they really just started looking like this in the past few months. It literally took me like a year. Like the whole, and everybody told me, you're going to have to give it at least a year. Everybody said that you ain't going to like it until at least a year. They was right, and I love them now. But yeah, that's with anything. You got to trust the process. But let me get back to what I was saying. So, I'm a preacher's kid. Let me drink some more wine on this, because I got some emotional issues from being a... How many of y'all got some issues from being in church all the time? I know I do. Jesus Christ. Huh. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. I got some issues with being in church all the time. I tell you. Oh yeah, it has. It's grown a lot. I'm gonna show y'all the back. Y'all can see. Like they've. Can y'all see that? I don't know. They've really grown a lot. Like they lock for real. They lock for real. But yeah, I grew up in church. Shout out to my grandmother. We buried her 2 years ago today, matriarch of our family. And yeah, she used to have us on the front row of church all the time, and she'd sit up in the pulpit. Her and my grandfather, deacons of the church, elders of the church. When I tell you I was in church all the time, I was literally in church like 5 days a week, without fail. It was usually with my grandmother. She said, let me hit this blunt and find some answers, okay? Yeah. I think church kind of traumatizes people because of the way that they force religion on you when you're so young and you don't have... when you grow up in church, like, you don't have a say. Like, no, this is what you're believing, and that's just that. And as I've grown up, I've really strayed away from church. I've strayed away from religion. I've not strayed away from God. Definitely not. Never will. Because he's God is way too real to me, and my relationship with God is way too important to stray away from him or to ever believe that God is not real. But the religion aspect of it definitely is questionable to me. Yeah, your opinion doesn't matter in church, and that's why I don't like people in church be whole ass hypocrites. Let me tell you, I love my grandfather, rest in peace. My grandfather, like I said, he sat up in the pulpit preaching, elder, deacon of the church. But my grandfather had a whole ass family on the other side of town that I did not find out about until the family reunion at 17 years old. We pulling up in the parking lot, and my mom is telling me, like, there may be some people here calling grandpa dad, and I know you've never seen them before, but those are your uncles. And wait, what? No, bitch. I know my uncles. Them motherfuckers is not my uncles. Who's these niggas right here? Yeah, come to find out, he had a side family. But you telling me all the words of the Bible, you telling me how to be a good citizen of God, that's not being a good citizen of God when you got a whole side family on the other side of town. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. People in church ain't perfect, but because they hide behind the word of God, they hide behind the Bible, they hide behind the pulpit, they try to make other people who aren't in church with them feel less than. Nah, I ain't got time for that shit. So yeah, the religion aspect of it, in the church, like, I don't really get into that. But God himself, my relationship with God, I'm very spiritual. I'm very in tune with that. I'm very in tune with, like, manifestation, the law of attraction, and my spirituality. Very important to me. So, like, some of the things that have been happening to me, religion definitely did come from slavery. Them colonizers. That was a way to control the slaves mentally by telling them, you do good by your slave master, then you won't end up in hell. They were already in hell. Being a slave, you were in hell. Like, period. But so, okay, I moved back to New York in January. I'm going to start at the top. I moved back to New York in January. I was in Ohio with my family after my miscarriage. I really needed to be home with my family, and like, I've been talking about love languages. I don't know if you follow this on my Insta story. I've talked a lot about love languages, and my love language, one of my personal ones that I relate to, is physical touch. And physical touch is not like just touching, but it's also like quality time. And me being home with my family after my miscarriage was definitely a stimulation for me in that area, and I definitely needed it. But being in Ohio was so, like, I felt so desolate. I felt so empty. Like, it just wasn't for me. Like, I left Ohio when I was 23, and I'm 36 now. And so from the time that I was 23 until 36, I moved back to Ohio once for 6 months. And then just the last year I moved back, I was there for 14 months. So in a span of, 12, 13 years, I've only lived in Ohio for 2 years. But yeah, see, I done lived other places, and I have been away from my family, so I get homesick a lot. And that's why y'all see where I was crying on Instagram, because I miss my family at times. I do. I'm a very family oriented person, and sometimes I miss them. But either way, I was in Ohio. I was so sad. I was so, like, just depressed, and I was like feeling like, is this my life right now? Like, am I ever going to get out of this? Is this ever not going to be my life? Like, I just couldn't take it. So, when was this? I think in November of 2018, I decided to move back to New York. I was like, I just can't be here in Ohio no more. I've had enough. I'm fed up. I'm ready to go. I'm out of here. So what I did, I bought a one-way ticket to New York. I just looked up tickets, flights to New York. I found a ticket was like $58 or something real fucking cheap. I was like, I'm buy it. One-way ticket. Bought the ticket. Now, mind you, when I bought this ticket, I didn't have nowhere to live in New York. I didn't care. I just knew that I bought the ticket for January 5th. And on January 5th, that day, I was moving to New York come hell or high water, period. And I didn't have no money, guys. None. Because you know I've been doing the social media thing and I made a lot of money just being on social media, but over the time I was in Ohio I wasn't active on social media, just mentally I wasn't in a place to like be online showing myself, trying to make content, trying to appease other people. So I really stepped back from social media in 2018, and that's why you guys didn't really see me a lot. I had to put myself back together, and I couldn't put myself back together in front of everybody. Originally, I'm from Ohio. That's my home state, and that's where the majority of my family is in Ohio. So, I bought a plane ticket, one way plane ticket to here in New York. It was for the 5th of January. I didn't have any money, no money at all, not a dime. I was working for my mom in her office, and she would pay me, but it just, really wasn't nothing. I had at the beginning of 2018, I probably had like $20,000 in the bank saved that I had saved up, and by the end of 2018, I probably had like $500 in the bank. Like I didn't have no money, like nothing. So I had to get a job, guys. Now I've worked in corporate America my entire life. I worked in corporate America my entire life. My very first job was at the License Bureau at the age of 14, a job my mom got me. And I worked for Macy's Credit Bank. I was a fraud analyst at both of those places. I worked at another corporate company. Like, I've always been in corporate America. So I was like, okay, I got this plane ticket to New York. I want to move back to New York. I don't really have any money. Like, all my savings is like gone. I had gotten a car wreck. Somebody like ran the light and we crashed, so my car is gone, which was a good thing because that alleviated like a lot of bill money. But it's like, yo, like, okay, moving to New York, I don't need a car. That was a plus, but I need money to move there because it's expensive to live here in New York. I had to get a job. So what I did, I got a job in a factory. And I have never, ever, ever, ever in my 36 years of life did any kind of manual labor for work. I'm working in a factory 10 hours, 10 hours a shift, 5 to 6 days a week. Some weeks I was working 7 days, like 10-hour shifts, and it was like I had to stand up the entire time. When I tell you I would be so exhausted, and it was third shift, guys, so I would work overnight. I would get off at like 4 in the morning. I've never been so tired and exhausted in my life, and I mean, it was like walking on a treadmill for like 10 hours. The only time that we could sit down was on break. Two 30-minute breaks we got in the whole 10-hour shift. So it was like, yo, my feet would hurt. Like, I had blisters on my feet. Like, I was just like, oh my God, it was so excruciating. But I needed money. So I worked that job for like 6, 7 weeks, something like that. I saved every check. When I tell you I wasn't spending no money, like, I saved every penny. And so I came to New York for like 3 days. Yeah, warehouse work is no joke at all. Like, kudos to anybody that can do that shit because that shit wasn't for me. But I had to swallow my pride. I needed money. It was paying good. I was making like $1,200 a week after taxes, and I needed the money. So cool. Uh, but I was always tired. I was tired. I was sore. I was tired. Like, I've never been so tired ever. So then I got a plane ticket to New York real quick to come to New York because I needed. Remember, I had a ticket to move to New York, but I didn't have a place to live. And so I had to find a place, and I was online looking for places, and it's really hard to find a place in New York. And I'm looking for places, and everybody's like, they want me to be here in New York so I can like look at the place, view the place. And because New York is so many people here, it's hard to get a place. It's hard to qualify. It's really hard to get housing in New York, very hard. And I was like, I gotta go to New York. I gotta go there and be physically there and find a place. So I'm looking online. I'm looking at different places. I'm looking on like Craigslist. I'm looking in the classifieds. I'm looking on Facebook Marketplace. I'm asking people for referrals, everything. And so I found a place, the place I live in right now. And I seen it online. I was like, oh my God, it's so adorable. I was like, I want that place right there. I knew when I looked at it just from the pictures online, I was like, I want that place right there. That's where I'm gonna live at. So I stopped looking for any other place to live. but I still needed to come to New York to see it and stuff. So I come to New York. I was here for like 3 days. Come to New York, view the place. I was like, I want it. All right, cool. Had to put up $1,800 for a deposit, and they gave it to me. No credit check, no like background check, nothing. It was just like, oh, okay. You want to move in? When you move in January? Okay, you got $1,800. Boom, paid it on the spot. Boom. They did. So I went from not having a place to live to having a place to live. I went from having no money to move to having money to move and being able to afford to move. So, I did save a couple $1,000s from the little factory job I had. $1,800 of that obviously was for the deposit, but I still had to pay my first month's rent, and my rent's not cheap. So I come to New York, and I had a little bit of money saved up. I get here in January, and I was supposed to be working, but they ended up rescinding that job offer. All right, cool. So what do I got to do? I got to interview. I went from January to February. I think I went on like 30 interviews. I was just interviewing everywhere. And at first it started out with low-end jobs, and God was like, nah, search higher. Search for something better. So I'm like, all right, because the minimum wage here in New York is $15. So it don't matter where you work at. Like, you can work at Wendy's and you're making $15 an hour, but it still ain't nothing, And I was looking at, like, customer service jobs, like phone jobs, easy shit. And I knew I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have to deal with people's attitude over the phone and shit like that. But I thought that was the only thing that I could get that would be quick and easy. But God was like, nah, search higher. All right, cool. I got a background. I went to college. I was like, I've done, finance, accounting, that kind of work. I've been in the banking and finance industry. So I started looking in that industry. This is crazy right here. So, ended up getting hired at this job. It was for stock brokerage, kind of like a middleman for the stock brokerage. And I worked there for 3 days, guys, and they fired me. In my entire life, I've never been fired from a job ever. I worked at this job for 3 days. 1, 2, 3 days, and they fired me. After I had went on 30 whatever interviews, 2 months of searching for a job, my bank account, I'm running out of money, rent is about to be due again. Finally get happy, get a job, get fired in 3 days. All right, I could have been sad. But that day, I remember I went on Instagram stories and I said, something. I didn't say what happened. I just said something very discouraging happened to me today, and I could be sad about it, but I'm not. I'm going to be thankful anyway. And from there, I just started to say thank you for the job that I'm going to receive. And I would just keep saying it. I kept saying it. I kept saying it. And exactly 1 week later, got another job offer from a staffing agency. They had sent me to other interviews, like actually physical interviews they sent me to, and I didn't get any of those jobs. They called me up, was like, yo, can you work at this place? And they looking for somebody. Cool. I'm like, whatever. Like, at this point, whatever. I didn't even have to interview, guys. They were like, they sent my resume over. They called me back like 2 days later. They want you to start on Thursday. I'm like, do I have to interview? No, don't got to interview. Just go there and they'll have everything for you. All right. So the job that I was working at was in Brooklyn. I live in the Bronx. My commute was like 2+ hours. And so the job I have now, I get to work in like 30 to 40 minutes. The pay is better. The environment is better. Like everything about it is better. And it was just such a blessing because I was so I could have been real distraught and discouraged for the fact that I had finally found a job after doing all these interviews, got fired. But I feel like that job right there was a buffering to help me pay my rent, because when I got the check, that's what it went to. And then I was working at my other job that I'm still working at now. So that was just one thing I manifested. So if you see here, I manifested, and this is what I'm really trying to get into with this story, is how I've been manifesting different things in my life. And when I'm manifesting these things, I'm just saying it. I'm not really things are going to happen for me, and they're happening for me. So I manifested moving back here to New York when I had no money, no place to live, no job. All of it worked out for me and allowed me to be here. I'm making my rent. And it's like, yo, I could be struggling and I'm not. I could be in a little better position, which I know for a fact I will be. But the whole point is that I was sitting in Ohio, sad and depressed at the point in life that I was at. And instead of complaining and instead of accepting that, I decided that I wanted to do something else. I wanted to be somewhere else. I wanted something better. So I started speaking those things and putting those things out, and look where I am. It worked out for me. So that's just that. Now, when it comes to my surgery, let me take a drink real quick. When it comes to my surgery, guys, my surgery, let me tell you how that came into play. I seen a girl I follow on Instagram. Now, how many of y'all know, because my ride or dies in here, y'all know how long I've been talking about this surgery. Years. Like, this ain't not some new shit that just materialized. This is years that I've been wanting this. So, when it comes to my surgery, I seen a girl that I follow on Instagram, and she posted her after surgery results. I said, that is it. I am done talking. I'm ready to do it. I'm going to get my surgery. 2019, I'm getting my surgery. So I hit her doctor up, got a quote, and paid the deposit to get a surgery date held. When I did that, guys, listen, I had to put up $500. Put up the $500, which I really didn't even have to put up, but I put it up anyway. Put up the $500, set my surgery date. Had no idea how I was going to get the rest of the money to pay for it. But I was like, I'm going to get the money. Don't worry. I'll get it. Now, mind you, when I made the surgery date, I was still trying to finesse getting back to New York. I was still in Ohio. So remember, I'm still working in this factory. I'm still saving up money so I can move back to New York. But I was like, I want this surgery. I'm going to pay this deposit. I'm going to set a date. And I'm going to believe that not only can I move back to New York, but I can afford to get this surgery. I believed it. Didn't know how it was going to happen, but I believed it without conviction. All right. So that was in November, and I set the date, and I'm telling my mom about it, and my mom knows. My mom, she's my mom. She knows all about my struggles with weight loss and how I've wanted my surgery. And if you guys don't know, back in, when was this, 2015, Dr. Miami offered to do my surgery, and I'm so glad that I didn't get it done back then. One of the main reasons I didn't get it done back then, because I really wasn't ready. I probably at that time only wanted it because people were trolling and bullying me on social media, because I was the first time that I had gained weight back, and I gained a lot of weight back. I gained like 50, 55 pounds, something like that. And I was going through a lot of things at that time, and I had a bully, and he was like leading this rally against fuck Thai movement and sending people to troll me, and I would log into Instagram and have all these mean hate messages, and he would post me every day and post like, just being mean and nasty to me. And it was like, I was like, well, I'm gonna get the surgery just because, and then I won't have to worry about that. But it wasn't my time. It wasn't my time to get it back then, and I'm glad that I didn't get it back then, because I didn't know, like, I wouldn't have got my breast reduction. I wouldn't have got like my fat transfer, none of that. I would have just got the tummy tuck, and I probably would not have maintained it, because I wasn't as knowledgeable back then as I am now about my body and this entire process. But so my mom, she knew the whole Dr. Miami story. And for years, she always asked me, is Dr. Miami still going to do your surgery? I'm like, nah, Mom, that shit failed. So I'm telling my mom, like, yo, Mom, I set my date. I'm getting my surgery. So she started asking me questions about it. She was like, how you going to pay for it? I was like, I don't know. We worry about that when I get to it. But right now, just be happy that I set my surgery date. I'm getting my surgery. Cool. That was in November. So for Christmas, my parents were like, we are going to pay $5,000 worth of your surgery. And my surgery is $6,500. They're paying $5,000 of it. $5,000. What? I didn't know that was going to happen. I had no clue that was going to happen. But I put it out there. I didn't know where that money was going to come from, but I knew I was going to get that money to pay for it. And it happened. It happened. Manifesting, believing. So let me get to what happened yesterday, because I kind of giving you a backstory on all the things I'm trying to manifest and how I see things coming together for me. So yesterday my friend, she had this event called the Sis Conference, and it was like a little panel and women sharing their stories about, trauma that they've been through in life and how they've overcome said trauma. And let me tell you how crazy this was. When God wants something for you, when he's moving in your behalf, nothing is going to stop that but you. If you have a blessing, if God can't just make things happen, you gotta put it out there, trust and believe, and that's what faith is. Faith is a substance of things not seen but hoped for. So if you're trusting and believing that God is going to be able to provide you the desires of your heart, and you are walking in faith and you are actively taking the cues that come, you'll get these things. So yesterday, first of all, y'all know my surgery was supposed to be last week. And my friend, when she asked me to come to her conference, I was like, oh, I'm having my surgery, so I'm not going to be available. So, I had to reschedule my surgery. And I hit her up, was like, yo, I'm going to be available, so I want to come out. She's like, cool. Now, it was in Connecticut, and I live in New York, and it's kind of far, drive. Maybe 2 hours in driving. And I was like, well, I don't know how I'm going to get there. But my homegirl, where all three of us are friends, one of my homegirls was supposed to be the videographer for the event. She works for CNN. She does. She's like one of their head videographers over at CNN. So she was going to do the video portion for her for the event. So I was supposed to meet her in Newark, and we were going to ride to the event together. But I was late. And what was crazy about this yesterday? If y'all was on Snapchat yesterday and y'all seen, I was up at 4 something in the morning because these fucking neighbors across the street blasting fucking bachata and shit. And so I was up early, and I was on time. Everything that I needed to do was running on schedule. And then all of a sudden, I lost time, and I was like, I'm late, I'm running late, and I was supposed to be there already. I'm not there. And I could not figure out why I was running late when I had been up and I was ready. Everything was together. My bag was packed, showered. I just had to run a few errands, and I was like, yo, what happened to my time? My time just disappeared. So I hit my homegirl up and was like, yo, I'm running late. I'm still trying to get there. And I had to go to Penn Station, which is from where I live, it's a 30-minute train ride. But then I still had to get on another train to meet her in New Jersey. Now, sorry, I got to make this quick because I got 10%, unless I go find my battery charger. But either way, so I get to Penn Station, and I was looking for the train to get to Newark, and it wasn't going to come for another hour, and she didn't have an hour to wait on me. So I was like, that's all right, just it's cool, I'm sorry I held you up, just go ahead, because I know you're doing the video and you need to be there on time. So I was going to go home, and something said, get on the train. It was so clear to me, I was going to go home, and something said, go to Grand Central and get on the train. I ain't never took the train out of Grand Central, but I'm like, all right, if that train go to Connecticut, I can figure it out. So I looked on the map. It was a 3.5 hour commute. It would have been 2 hours in the car with my friend if I made it to her on time, but I had a 3.5 hour commute. I knew I was going to get there late, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go anyway. So I went over to Grand Central, got a train. I'm on the train. My homegirl I was supposed to drive there with hits me up. It was like, oh my God, Ty, my car just broke down. My engine blew out. All this smoke and fire is coming out of my engine. What? So listen, guys, and this is important because I was supposed to be in the car with her, riding with her to the event. Had I been in the car with her riding to the event, I would not made it there. Now, when she hit me up, the train was coming up to the Harlem station. And I was like, well, she ain't going. Well, maybe I won't go either. I was about to get off the train. I said, you know what? Nah, just go. Because I ain't want to be on the train for 3.5 hours. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm already on the train. I already paid the train ticket. Let me just go. Fine. So I get there. I get to Connecticut. I look in my bag, because I was just wearing travel clothes. I look in my bag. I had went and bought a dress to wear. My dress wasn't in the bag. I left my dress at home. I'm like, fuck. I'm supposed to be up in front of all these people at this conference and everybody, and I got on this raggedy ass outfit. Fuck. All right, cool. So then I look on the map. I find a Rainbow down the street. Go to the Rainbow. Took an Uber to Rainbow. Found an outfit, the shoes and the dress. I got for $13. Score. Go to the event. I'm already late. It started at 4. I get there. No, it started at 3. I probably got there. It was almost 5. It was supposed to end at 6. So I was like, well, at least I can be there for the last hour. And the things that I heard, like the women testifying and telling their stories, very motivational, very positive. So that was good to hear. But at the end, there was a prophetess. And this is why I was talking about church. Because I have to tell you this is very important. When I was 15 years old, I was prophesied upon. There's only been 2 times in my life ever where I received a direct prophecy and word from God. One at 15 years old, and this lady told me I was called to be a teacher. I was called to be a leader. And I didn't understand that because I never wanted to be a teacher. I always wanted to be a lawyer. I didn't have any interest in teaching anybody's children. But at the age of 15, that's what I equated it to. Like, I don't want to be no teacher. Like, they don't pay no money. I ain't interested in nobody's kids. But she said, no, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be leading. You're supposed to be teaching. You aren't a follower. You are a leader. That's what God wants you to do. And I've never forgot that. Told me that at 15 years old. Now, any of y'all have followed me throughout social media. What have I been doing? I've been leading. I've been teaching. I've been a leader. I haven't been a follower. And I've done it so naturally. Why? Because that's what God wanted me to do. So yesterday, second time in my life that I've been prophesied to directly. Hold on. I gotta go get my charger because I don't want my phone to die. And this part is very important. So just give me one moment. I'm back. So yesterday I got prophesied upon. And when I tell you, I've never been so shook. When I tell you I was beyond shook, like, it's crazy. Hold on, give me a moment. Let me plug this in. Make sure it's charging. So, yesterday, hold on. I got prophesied upon yesterday. And there's been some things that I've been dealing with, trying to figure out how I'm going to do social media, if I want to do social media, if it's going to be beneficial to me, and I've been trying to figure out what direction I want to go in and things like that. So yesterday, we're at the end of the conference. There was a prophetess. And I heard there was a prophetess there, and I really wasn't paying no attention because me and my preacher kid self not being interested in shit like that. So my friend spoke. She gave an inspiring word, very touching. And I was like crying because what she was saying to me was relatable to the things that I was trying to come to terms with what I'm currently doing in my life. And so I was getting up to go to the bathroom. The prophetess, she's in the front. She's on the mic. She's talking, preaching. I'm walking out. I'm in the back walking out. She says, you in a yellow dress. Don't leave. Come here. Come here right now. And I'm like, all right. So I go to the front and she was like, she said, you know, whenever you want to do something different in life, you have to shift your posture. And she was like, God is telling me you are supposed to be a superstar. She's like, you're supposed to be a lot bigger deal than what you are right now. She was like, I don't know, weight loss. She's social media to know me. She was like, something with weight loss. Something like she was like, something with weight loss. Influencer. You inspire a lot of people. She was like, you have a message. Like, she was like, that's what God has for you. That's what he wants you to do. He was like, I don't know what it is, but it looks like you're going to be losing a lot of weight. She said in the next 3 months, you're going to lose like 30 to 50 pounds. And once you do that, it's going to allow you to go so much further than you are right now. Yo, My surgery's in 3 months. And what am I doing right now? I'm trying to get ready for surgery and slim down and shit like that. And so she's just saying all this stuff, and I'm just like, how do you even know this? Like, you don't even know me, you don't know anything about me. Like, how do you know this? And she was like, this, I think what really hit me is when she said, she said somewhere between 4 to 6 months, your husband, he's there. He sees you. Yo. Oh my God. It gives me chills because it's like, how does she even know this? Yo, so you guys know I've had a lot of hurt when it comes to guys. Especially the last guy I was dealing with hurt me so bad. But instead of being hurt, this is the first time I decided to be healed. To learn from the experience that I had with him. Because he was also the father of my child that I lost. And the situation ended so horribly. And I was depressed. And she was telling me, she said, the spirit of depression is upon you. The devil is trying to block your blessing with the spirit of depression. And she said, I see you've been fighting. And I have. And she's like, you gotta keep fighting. She was like, because you have something that's going to be coming to you in the next 3 months. She was like, your business plan. Get your business plan together, which was crazy too, because I have been working on my business plan. It's been something that's been very, very important to me to get my business plan together. And I was like, yo, before surgery, I need to do this and this and this to get myself in a position to have my business plan together and really get my business up and running. Oh my God. I'm just like, I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because it's like a breakthrough. It's like a revelation in my life, and I just am so elated about it. But the fact that she knew all this shit and she's telling me, she's like giving me time frame for stuff. Like, she had no idea I'm getting surgery in 3 months. She didn't know what I was trying to do to get ready for surgery as far as losing weight and how my body is going to change after surgery, and how I am using my surgery kind of like as a business move. I can't even lie. And how I'm trying to manifest different things. And she's like, I talked to her twice. It's crazy because the second time that she talked to me and she prayed over me, and she was like, continue to wait for your husband. Continue to wait. And if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you know that's something that I've been real vocal about, is understanding your worth and waiting and not settling in, knowing that the person that's for you is there and he's going to come to you when it's time. And I feel like a lot of guys have been like popping up like, what you doing type motherfuckers, like who sent you? And I'm like getting all this attention from guys. Like, I'm getting a lot of attention from guys, and I feel like that's been a distraction. Like okay, is she gonna bite or is she gonna continue to wait? And I have been very like, no, I'm not interested. People that I would have entertained in the past, I'm not entertaining. Y'all don't know who be in my DMs. It be some of y'all favorite little celebrities in my DMs, verified accounts in my DMs, trying to holler, trying to fly me out and shit. And they think that because they have this title or because they have money or because they have a verified account that I'm supposed to be excited. I'm like, I'm not excited about that because y'all don't really want nothing from me. I want something that's lasting. I want something that's lifetime. I'm too old just to be, getting excited over a person flying me out somewhere. Like, for what? Like, what is we doing? Like, so I just think it was so crazy that she seen everything that I was trying to manifest and told me to keep doing it. She told me that it's going to come into play. She gave me timelines for how it's going to come into play. And like, how does she know how I felt about really trying to wait for my man and really trying to wait for the person that's for me and not accepting bullshit from people who are trying to waste my time? How does she know about the business plan that I'm trying to put together? How does she know about the weight that I'm trying to lose and how I'm trying to change my body for surgery? And she was like, yo, She's telling me, she was like, your abundance is about to start flowing. The next 4 to 6 months, she's like, you're in the next 4 to 6 months, your abundance is gonna flow. Everything in your life is gonna change. She said everything that you've been wanting is going to be at your foot. Money, it will be there. The person that you're looking for in your life, he knows you and he's going to be there too. And I'm like, yo. So for me, I think the craziest part about all of this is that had I got in the car with my friend and went with her, I would not have made it to this event. I would not have got that prophecy. I would not. And I needed it so bad. I've been looking for confirmation. Like I said, I've been doing this positive manifestation thing and it's been working out. But it's been questions and it's been things like I need an answer. I need to know how to proceed. I want to know if I should be doing this. Because guys, like I was like this close to like just shutting down all of my social media. But God keeps telling me, that's not what I want you to do, because you're healing in front of people, which is helping other people. The struggles that you had and the struggles that you're healing from are helping other people. And sometimes we don't know why we go through certain things, but sometimes we do go through certain things because our struggles, our stories are going to inspire and encourage someone else to get through whatever it is that they're going through. And I really truly believe that all the things I've been through, I seen this online today. It said, it was a meme somebody posted, and I guess it was supposed to be inspiring, but it was not inspiring for me. It said, I'm tired of going through the same things over and over again. Let me tell y'all something, and I'm going to say this before I go. The only reason that you keep going through the same things over and over again is because you are not adjusting. When something happens, a lot of people get hurt and they let that hurt linger and carry on into the next situation to get hurt. And it's like a compounding snowball effect. A lot of people are just going through life so hurt and not healing. And that was me. For 10 years, I went through life hurting and not healing. And now I'm finally in a place where I'm actually healing. And when I say that I'm happy, I mean that. Yes, the spirit of depression is upon me, and I do know that, but I have been fighting it. And I feel like everything that I'm doing right now is really putting me in a position to be the woman that I want to be. Because I have been tired of going through the same thing over and over. And the only person's fault of that is my fault, because I kept doing the same things over and over. And that's what insanity is. If you keep repeating the same actions over and over, you keep accepting the same BS over and over, how do you expect to get a different result? You're not. You're going to keep getting the same result that you've got. You're going to keep getting the same hurt. So if you want something different, you have to be different. If you're tired of going through the same things, you have to adjust your posture. You have to adjust yourself. You have to adjust your thinking. You have to do things differently. So that was, that's where I'm at right now. I'm adjusting myself. I'm walking differently, and a lot of people have noticed it in me. But I'm so glad that I'm able to do that, because even in my dark moments when I don't feel like I can keep going on, I know that if I can just go one more day and keep going another day after that, one, I'll eventually make it through it. But the stories that I've been able to accumulate from the hurt and the pain that I've been through, and now through healing and healing in front of you guys and showing you guys that it's possible, like it is inspiring. So, all right, y'all, the doors of the church are open. Before I get ready to go, I'm so glad I could share that with you guys. I wanted to share that with you because sometimes it feels like you want things and you pray for things and you worry. And I promise you, this is the first time that I've been praying for things. I've been wanting things. I've been putting my affirmations and my thoughts and my dreams and my goals out there, and I haven't really been questioning them. I just been believing. And that's the difference between how I've been in the past and how I am now. In the past, I might have said some things and I really didn't believe it. But now it's like, no, I believe it. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know when exactly it may happen, but it's going to happen for me. Everything that I want is going to happen. And I encourage you guys to be that positive. Having a negative mindset is never going to get you what you want because you're always thinking about things of what you can't. I won't. I don't. I would, but. I wish, but. No. Start thinking like, honey, 2 years? I've been looking for my husband for 10 years. 10 years I've been looking. Hello, where are you? Hi, I'm here. Just in case you forgot, husband. So yes, it is time to stop hurting and start healing and being positive, changing your mindset. My whole mindset is different. I don't have that negative mindset. I have a powerful mindset, and I believe that the things that I want are not far out of my reach. I believe the things that I want are obtainable. And that's how you all have to be. You have to believe that the things that you want are within your reach. The things that you desire are obtainable. And do it without questioning. Do it without a but. Do it and believe. And when you get the cues from God, the universe, the signs, pay attention to that because it's going to tell you how to proceed. So you said, and you're very welcome, guys. Yes, and you know I say that all the time, Brittany. Faith without works is dead. You left school on a whim, and now you're looking to pursue a career in real estate, and you've been so scared to take the leap. Take the leap. I'm telling you, take that leap, and that's what I'm going to end with right now. I'm jumping off of a ledge right now, and I'm free falling. And most people will be scared to jump off of a ledge, but you know, you're not going to fly unless you don't take your feet off the ground. So how do I know if I'm going to fly or not unless I actually take the leap of faith? You have to take your feet off the ground. You got to take that leap of faith. What's up, Bernadette? And you're right. You got to take risks because being safe, when you play it safe, that's how you get the same results over and over again. Being safe will get you the same results over and over again. Being comfortable, nothing grows in a place of comfort. When you're uncomfortable, when you're ruffling feathers, when you're unsure but you still walk, again, that light at the end of the tunnel is there and you might not see it, but the more you keep walking, you'll see a little faint glimpse in the distance, and as you keep walking and you keep getting closer, the light keeps getting brighter until you finally get there. But if you stay all the way back there, how are you ever going to make it down the path that you need to go to get to where you want to be? And remember what I said at the top of this discussion when it comes to weight loss, and that applies to everything. Stop looking for things to be easy, to be quick, to be fast, because it's not always like that. Some of the things that I've been manifesting right now are things that go back from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, things that I've wanted for years. And it's just now coming into play. But have I gave up and have I not believed that I was going to get them? I would never get them. And like Bernadette said, true, if you need to invest in yourself, invest in your brand, invest in your business, invest in your education, invest in yourself. And this is somebody said this I was listening to. He said the difference between poor people and rich people invest in themselves. Poor people save. When you're saving because you are waiting on a rainy day. And I was like, yo, I really need that $200. But guess what? This morning I got it back. And I didn't even expect to get it back because I'm running a challenge. The $200 that I invested yesterday into the ministry, it was like paying tithes to me, you know, and I haven't paid tithes in a while. And when I'm standing there and God is telling me very clearly, you need to pay this tithe. And I'm like, how much do I have to pay? But I did it. When you be obedient to the things that God is cueing you to do, I'm telling you, I'm not blocking my blessing. So I did. And I woke up this morning and I'm like, yo, where does $200 come from? The $200 I paid yesterday, I got it back already. Like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. But that's what happened. So, again, guys, faith without works is dead. You want something, put it out there, pray on it, believe that it can happen for you, but also keep walking that path. And the path is not always clear, the road is not always lit, but I promise if you keep walking, things will start to make sense. And you're going to get to the end of that tunnel. Like when they say I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, that's because you're not walking. You're not walking in that direction. You got to keep walking. So make your faith work. Believe what you want is going to happen for you. Make your faith work and keep walking toward that light at the end of the tunnel. And it might not be as fast as you thought. It might be with difficulty. It might have a few setbacks. But don't let any of that keep you from the things that you truly say that you want. Because if you really want it, you're going to get it. It's a matter of time. All right, guys? So, if you are not already subscribed, be sure you subscribe. If you want me to do more live sessions on YouTube, I definitely will. And as always, Instagram, Snapchat, Ty McQueen. Y'all can get me there for more positive and motivating things. All right, guys. So I thank you for spending some of your Sunday with me. And I will talk to you guys later. All right. And remember, faith without works is dead. Yes, so the challenge, if you are in this challenge, real quick, if you are in the challenge, I am actually right now, when I get off this live, I'm about to make a video. Because I fell asleep earlier. I didn't get to make it like I was supposed to. But I'm about to make it now. And I'm going to upload it here. And I'll be sending you an email. If you're not in the challenge, there is a video here on my platform called 45-Day Accountability Challenge. Go ahead and watch the video. It's 5 minutes long. It gives you some details in the description. If you want to sign up, go in the description, click the link, and sign up. We start next week, so get in on it. All right, guys.